All right. So I believe over last week before Thanksgiving, we were doing addition, we were doing subtraction, we were combining terms, and I think for the most part, everybody thought it was relatively easy. Now we're going to get into undoing the distributive property now. All right, undoing the distributive property just as a basic or a word that we're going to call factoring. All right, so I want everybody to look up on the board. All right, first and foremost. All right, and this also helps with fractions in many respects because we talked about common denominators or common factors. All right, so please look up here. GCF. What does G stand for? Greatest. The C? Common. And F. Factor. All right, now common. All right, sometimes people have a hard time with common. Common is what's in both. Do we agree with that? All right, and the greatest means that you want the largest factor that's in both. All right, because sometimes there are multiple answers. That's why the word greatest is important. You want to take the largest, all right, the largest factor. Now, what I want to do is I want to break this down so it's really simple for you. Whatever your job to, but again, I need you in class. All right, so hurry up. No one, leave them alone. You concentrate. You're doing very well now. All right, concentrate. Stick with it. Hurry up. All right, so now we're looking at the numbers 20 and 45. And I want everybody to tell me what's common factor with 20 and 45.
5.
5, that is correct. All right, 5 is the greatest. All right, so we're going to put the answer is just 5. Now, if I look at x, for example, x is in the right side, but is it on the left side? So x is not common. So x is not common. All right, now again, we're moving into the algebra, so this is super important. All right. Now, we're going to look at number 2. I think this should be pretty easy for you guys. Everybody should be able to look at that and just say it's what again? 5. All right, I'm happy with that. Now, again, remember what we're working on. If you don't know something, it's important to ask me now rather than wait till I get to problem 20. Any questions so far with number 2?
None.
All right, now let's look at number 3. All right, the first thing I want you to do is I would highlight the numbers. 8 and 14. It is 2. Very good. So we're going to write down 2. I'm not there yet. I'm not there. The common factor for the numbers is 2. Now we move into the variables. There is an xy in the first number, and there is an x in the second number. So what is common? There is a common x. Notice we did not say there was a common y because there is no y over here. So the greatest common factor is in fact 2x. All right, the greatest common factor is in fact 2x. Anybody have any issues yet? All right, I'm agreeing with you. It is very easy, but keep paying attention. All right, now for 30 and 70, common is 10. So let's write 10 down. It would be, in fact, 10W. That is correct. All right. Now, let's take a look at question number 5. All right. Between 4 and 12. 4S. All right, I think we're doing a good job here. I think we understand what I'm trying to say. 4S. All right, Jesse, I'm going to let you tell me about number 6.
So then
Close. I agree with G. Now listen to what you just said. You said the answer was 3, but does 3 go in?
Oh, wait, no, so
Yes, I knew you knew that. 11G. 11G is correct. Julian, are you up and running yet? Shh. Julian, Julian, don't listen to me. We're just the reason. All right. Sorry for the delay. We're on now question number 7. So really, Julian, concentrate now with me, okay? Because you haven't been here. So really think about what we're talking about. All right. You ready? All right. We have 16 and 24. All right. So tell him, what is the GCF with 16 and 24? It would be 8. All right. So that's nothing new to you, Julian. You hear me? Because 8 goes into 16 and 8 goes into 24, and that's the largest one. So you understand a common factor would be 2. Another common factor would be what? 4. Another common factor would be what? 8. But we want the greatest. So you would say 8. Now, Julian, here's where we're doing the algebra. All right? In the problem on the left, there is an M, and on the right, there is a what? M. So M is common. All right? So now we write M down. Now, N is on the left, but there is no N on the right. So N is not a common factor. All right? Hopefully everybody's with me. All right? Now let's take a look at number 8. Again, it is just 5. Thank you very much. All right? Because there is no common F and there is no common G. And honestly, I think that works faster than that.
That one doesn't work.
How do you know?
Because I tried it and it would turn on and it said not charged. Like on the top line.
Or maybe it might be the cord.
I mean, this one's
All right, good. All right, continue to pay attention. All right, now I'm on number 9. All right, 33C and 55CD. Tell me, Sebastian. 11C. Everybody good?
yes.
I told you, very easy. All right, now let's look at 10. All right, what is common? Miss Caroline. Ooh, very good, girl. 25 what? 25J. I'm really proud of you on that one. All right. Some people accidentally put what? 5. Right. So again, how do I know it's 25? Because, right, 25 goes into 50 and 25 goes into 75. So you have to be careful on that. Yes. Sure. What's 10? Well, let me see. What's 11? Now, think about it now, Julia. 27 and 72. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to add the digits just in case. What's 2 plus? There you go. And what's 7 plus 2? So we know it's divisible by 9. Do you agree with that? You remember that? Those are the divisibility rules. Now, 27 is 9 times 3, and 72 is 9 times 8. So if we pull out the 9, all right, now all we're comparing is the 3 and the 8. Is there anything common with 3 and 8? No. So we know 9 is the greatest common factor. All right. Now what would the variable be, Julia? C and D. Very nice. C and D. All right. Now let me okay, here we go. 12. 12T. Let's see if that works. So I think it's 12T, but we're going to double check. So 48 is 12 times 4, and 60 is 12 times 5. Does everybody agree? So again, look right here. Here's how you know you're correct. If I pull out the 12, because it's common, you're left with what? You're left with 4 and 5. Is there anything else common with 4 and 5? No, so 12 would be the correct answer. All right? And then again, there's just a common T, so I think that's pretty easy. All right? Now, the reason why we're doing that is because that now is going to help us undo the distributive property. Undoing the distributive property means we're going to do what? Factor. That's what they call that. All right? So now let me try to explain to you how to factor. All right? Essentially, all you're doing is you're pulling out the greatest common factor. So what's the greatest common factor with 4x and 12? 4. So I'd like for you to write down 4. All right? Now, all right, That's the greatest common factor. Now we have to finish it off by saying what was left behind. If I pull the 4 from 4x, what's left? The x. That's exactly right. Now remember, 12 was 4 times 3. So if I pull out the 4, what's left? So it would be x plus 3. All right? So now last week I taught you how to do the distributive property. Everybody thought it was so easy. Now I'm asking you to do what? Undo that. All right, which is called factoring. Now, how do I know I'm correct? Because I can just do what? Multiply it out. Right? Does everybody see what I'm saying? What's 4 times x? 4x. And what's 4 times 3? So I know I'm correct. All right? So that's the tricky part. All right? That's the tricky part. All right? Let's see how we're doing with number 14. Julian, what's common with 8 and 14? What goes into 8 and what goes into 14? 2 does. All right? So you pull a 2 out. Now you're asking what is left behind. Now, eventually what I tell my kids is that you're just dividing. All right? Because before we did what? We multiplied, correct? So to undo the multiplication, we would have to do what? Divide. That's how simple it is. All right? So you're basically, Julian, going 8 divided by 2, which is what? So we would say 4r minus, and then we're doing 14 divided by 2 again, which is 7. So does everybody see how simple that really is? All right? Before we were multiplying. Now to undo it, we would have to do what? Divide. Really, that's the pattern. All right, that's all we're doing. Yes?
So, to get 4, you divide 2 by 8.
No, I divide 8 by 2.
Oh.
I know what you meant. That's all right, but you see what I'm saying, right? All right? You always take the common factor and you divide that out. All right, you divide that out. All right, Jesse, help me out with 15. So what's common? 5. Yep. Very nice. Very, very, very simple. Very simple. All right, Abby? You're up with 16, kiddo. Yep. Open parentheses. Now divide for me, girl. Look right up here on the board. No. You got to do 7 divided by 7 first. You with me? 1 plus, now divide again. Yep, that's correct. 1 plus 2x. Do you agree with that? All right. 17. Wow, is there anything common with 32 and 15?
No.
No. So we say this, believe it or not, is, we say it's prime. All right, say it's prime. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at 18. All right, Max, what's common?
8.
So 8.
8x plus 3.
What?
Oh, plus 4.
Okay, so help me out. Look here, read this number.
Yeah.
What's that?
24.
Divided by?
3.
No, divided by?
Oh, divided by 8.
Is?
3.
So you put a 3 down.
Oh.
With me? And then you just read the next one.
3x plus 4.
I'm not understanding what you're doing. I'm asking you to divide, Max.
Oh, 32 divided by 8 is 4.
Right. So it would be plus what?
Plus 4.
Don't forget the what?
Oh, plus 4x.
Max, come on now. Get with the game. You in it or not? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. So now try to do 19 by yourself. All right. 19. Will.
Oh.
What's common?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, look how easy that is. 2x minus 3. Number 18. There you go. You see it? Colin, you're up. What about 20, Colin? What's common?
24.
24 is definitely common. Thank you very much.
We open parentheses, and then we do 2
Yep.
plus x.
Yes, very nice. Now you could put 1x, but he knows it's not necessary to put a 1. I just do that for instance. All right. So you may have any questions with 24 open parentheses 2 plus x. Any questions? All right, here we go. Let's take a look at 72. All right, Amy, you want to try that? All right, let's look at 9. What's 9 times what is 72? Oh. 9 times what is 72?
Wait, sorry, 8.
9 times 8, don't worry. Now, what about 18? There you go. All right, so she says there's a common 9. Now, look, here's what I'm glad she made a mistake on because I need to show everybody. See that 8 and the 2 that I'm highlighting? Is there anything common with 8 and 2? So it's what, actually? Another 2. Do you agree? So the answer, technically, is 9 times 2. Did everybody see what I did there? Most people can see that it's 9, but a lot of people can't see that it's 18. That's why I say it's important to write that out. Did everybody see that? All right. Yes, you have to write it as 18 open parentheses. Now, if you pulled a 2 out from 8, there would be how much left? Come on, guys. There would be what left? 4. Does everybody see there would be a 4 left? Because 72 is 9 times 2 times 4. I pull out the 9 and the 2, and I'm left with the 4. Everybody good with that? Now, so now it would be 18 open parentheses 4. Yes, 4 minus x. And if you said 4 minus 1x, that would be okay. All right. So, may I have any questions with that? What?
So I understand you got the answer, but like where it says like 9 times 8, 9 times 2. So how did you get 4?
Because in 72, we broke 72 down first to 9 times 8, and then we broke 8 down to 2 times 4. We broke 18 down to 9 times 2. There is a common 9 and a common 2. So the 9 times 2 is that 18.
Whoa.
Then there is a what left over? There is a 4 left over. That's why there's a 4 here. And then if I pull the 9 and the 2 out, there's just a 1 left. All right. Very easy if you think of it like that. That's how I wish you would think of it. All right. Is there anything common with 25x and 14? No, there's nothing common. We call that what?
Prime.
We call that prime. All right. Now, honestly, the word problems, I wish there was some application, but I don't really care about those right now. All right. So there is lesson 7-5. Now, the next one, there's just lots of practice. All right. You probably should be done by the end of the period. All right. It's not a big deal. But what I want you to do now is I want everybody to go back to the first worksheet. I want you to scan down and make sure there was no problem. Does anybody have any questions quickly? Yes, Sebastian, come on.
Can you go
Number 20 again.
Okay, good.
All right, you're just supposed to be able to look at 48 and 24 and say there's a common 24.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Girls in the back, you guys all right? Boys in the back, you all right?
Yeah.
Any questions? All right, so tomorrow now is going to be a big day because I'll just have I think it's like 100 questions. We got lots of review to do because it's been a week. All right, so we're going to take 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, to review the algebra. Now, I think everything will come back because it was pretty easy to start. But this is finishing up chapter 7. This is finishing up chapter 7.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because